Hey, howdy, 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 hey, 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 it's me again, Jacob Forsyth here. I'm getting dizzy yet. What we're gonna do, what I'm gonna explain to you this time is taking it out of the box, Sculpt Studio. Taking Sculpt Studio out of the box, setting your inventory up, how to get everything that's set up for different mats, like if you want car parts in one, furniture in another, building pieces in a total different one. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So go ahead and raise your box if you haven't already, and just left click the box, keep the folder, this folder right here. Just right click this box and delete, since it is copy mod. Now what we're going to do next, now I made a folder called building stuff 2. The reason why it's named 2 is because I already got one. I don't need to redo this. This is for tutorial purposes only. So remember to just touch the video to pause while you're doing these tutorials. What we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and what we need to do is we need to rename this one. I'll show you why. If you res that, you get all this stuff in the chat. The mat is copy, but it is no mod once you take it back. Okay, you can modify it though. You can drop note cards in it, tools, plugins, etc. So keep that in mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click this one, and we're going to add original at the end, ORIGINAL, and just press enter, and there's our original mat. Next thing we want to do is we want to go up here and into here. I already made a folder in here just for tutorial purposes, and I'm going to take this and drag and drop them in here, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this one, because that's my folder that I'll be working out of whenever I want to, res Sculpt Studio. Just go down to my inventory, building stuff, Sculpt Studio, drag and drop, just like that fast. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to get rid of this stuff before we do anything else. This is always in your original mat, so keep that in mind. If you want to get this stuff back, or join one of the groups, or go to the Flickr or whatever, just re-res the new map and then delete it. Where that stuff is coming from is this script down here at the bottom. See this slider? All the way down at the bottom. Just highlight it, press the delete key. Alright. Now we're going to make a 5x5 mat. We're going to make 3 mats. One is going to be 5x5. So we go, oops, I didn't want to do that. Go in here and do 5x5. No, silly person. 5x5, just like that. I thought I was changing the name. Then we go back up here, delete the original, and you can put this in parentheses if you want. I don't. I just leave it like it is. And then we're going to type 5x5. Enter key. Okay. Scoot this one over a little bit so we have it, because we're going to be working with some bigger mats. Then we're going to take this one and we're going to give it a name of 10x10. 10x10. Enter. Also, at that same line, I think you're limited to like 32 characters or something like that. You can also put at the end of it, like you want car parts, just a space and car parts. Sculpt Studio version 6.07, 5x5, 10x10 car parts. So that way all your car parts go into, note cards, special slices, tools, stuff like that, go in that car parts mat. Okay, now this is still 5x5, so we need to go down here and change it 10x10, just like that. Okay, now we're going to go over here and we're going to drag and copy one over here. I'm going to make a notation here. Do not ever shift drag your mat when there's slices out, you'll lose connection from the mat to the slices. Some people say they get them back. I played with it and played with it and played with it ever since 6.0, and I can't get it to do it, and they won't elaborate how they get it to do it. So to me, I'm a strong believer that it's loses connection. Alright, now we're going to make this in 20 by 20, so we type in 20 tab 20 tab. Done. Just that fast. Go back up here, take the 10 by 10 off, make it 20 by 20, enter. Alright. Now some people's going to argue, well, the bigger mat you got, the bigger slices you have. Well, yeah, that's true. But you're limited. You got 64 meters to play with. So you don't need a bigger mat. Mainly the reason why I'm doing this is because some people like to show off. You know, most of your jewelers, they use a 5 by 5. Everybody else, 90% of everybody else uses the 10 by 10. Your show-offs like using the 20 by 20 to take up all kinds of space in a sandbox. Okay. Or if you're making big, huge, mega prim pieces, that would be a good thing for it. So what we're going to do now, since we got all those renamed and the script removed, we're going to double check script removed. See all that stuff in there? All that stuff you can add, you know, like note cards. These are the basic note cards that come with Sculpt Studio, the shapes. You can make custom slices. Okay. These three up here, these three images, I'll show you what they are. See the mat? See that mat right there? I'm going to click it. I'm going to click texture. Changes to that texture. I'm going to click it again. Change the texture. Here's that texture. Come on. I'm going to go right back. I'll show you what those are. You can add your own, believe it or not. See that? Does that look familiar? It looks like that down there, don't it? Well, I'll be darned. You can add your own. Now, if you want Sculpt Studio to res with your texture all the time, you got two options. You can delete all three of those, and it'll turn to wood, shiny wood, because it's on medium shine and it's lighted. Or you can leave it there and just rename that one to 1. Drag and drop your texture in it with your name on it, a fancy texture with your name or what business name or whatever. Drop it in there and rename it 0. And then just go over there and click the texture tab until you get to your texture. Then you right click and take that mat. But make sure you delete the correct one out of the inventory. You're going to be resing an original mat, or basically an original mat again. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and right click, take each one of these back into our inventory, just like so. Just like so. And I have no idea why Linden Labs is being stupid and putting them in the object folder. I really don't. I've tried this like 12 times now, even relogged and everything else, and they're just sticking them right back in there. Alright, remember that stuff that we had on our screen? Yep, that right there. Oh God. Oh hell. That used to really piss me off every time I resed my mat. But now we fixed that. Simply by removing the script. You can take that script, drag it out of the mat and into your Sculpt Studio folder, so you can have it for later if you're a scripter and want it to do different things. Now we're going to take this one and we're going to res it. See that? No spam whatsoever. Okay. Alright, we're done with the mat for right now. Now we're going to take this accessory box right here. We're going to res it. Left click on it. Keep the accessories. Right click that box. Delete it because it is copyable. There's all your stuff that's in your accessory box. Please don't delete that stuff. If you don't know what it is or don't want it, just delete it. Delete the particular ones you don't want. And don't ever delete your accessory box, just in case you need something out of here. This script does a certain thing, and where's that? Subsculpt does a certain thing. The dummy plugin does a certain thing. The black res HUD, I mean, it's just a toy. I mean, you get the idea. So we're going to take that folder and drag and drop it up here. Now we got our building folder. Now we got our Sculpt Studio. We just go to our Sculpt Studio, res a mat, and get to work. Do whatever you want to do. So hopefully this helps you understand the how to set your inventory up, how to make things a little bit easier for your SL experience and enjoyment. And until next time, remember that pausing the videos is your best friend, and do it often if you have any questions, or back it up. You guys know how to run YouTube, come on. Anyway, we'll see you around the grid somewhere, at that or in Sweet Sculpty or office hours. The Black Box has office hours every Sunday, 6 a.m. and 2 p.m. Second Lifetime, SLT. So I would advise, if you have any problems, issues, questions, to maybe hit some office hours, or just sit back and relax and watch and follow along, and you'll learn a lot. I can't stress enough in these videos that people need to play with this thing and get to know it, and what everything that's in it, and what everything that's in it that they can do, because this thing comes with a lot of tools already in it. You don't really need to buy anything right now. You need to learn Sculpt Studio first. That plug-in, that dummy plug-in, that's one thing that you need to learn. That subsculpt, that's another thing you need to learn. Right there's the how-to card on it. Tells you how to do it. I mean, some of the tools out there, my personal opinion, and I don't mean to be poking at people, but it's just a waste of money when other people go buy it for their sculpt mat or Sculpt Studio. It's just a waste of money, because 90% of that stuff is in your mat already. You just got to learn how to operate your mat in order to do the same thing. So anyway, have fun, enjoy. Have any questions? My name is Jacob Forsyth. I don't know if you can see that tag above my head. Jacob Forsyth, SL. It's on the top of the channel here, my channel, YouTube channel. So just minus the SL. And you can reach me in Second Life. So if you have any questions or want a one-on-one class or something like that, give me a holler. Until then, enjoy. And as TBB says, sculpt on.